Vice Chancellor, Deans of Faculties, members of the Council and Senate, members of the academic, administrative and non-academic staff, invitees, parents, well-wishers, and dear graduates. I deem it a great pleasure and honor to address this convocation. At the outset, let me congratulate all of you graduating today at this convocation. Today marks an important day in your lives and also an important milestone in your careers ahead. Pursuing your academic work successfully after entering this prestigious university while going through immense competition reflects your commitment to advancement of knowledge. බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා මගේ දේශනයේ තේමාව වන තාක්ෂණ වර්ධනය, තාක්ෂණයේ දියුණුව, අපි අද භුක්ති විඳින තාක්ෂණයේ දියුණුව ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ආර්ථික වර්ධනයේ ප්‍රධාන සාධකයක් ලෙස යොදා ගැනීමේදී තරුණ උපාධිධාරීන් වශයෙන් ඔබ සැමට විශාල අභියෝගයක් තිබෙනවා. මට විශ්වාසයි ඒ අභියෝගය ඔබ සාර්ථකව බාර ගන්නා බවටත් එය ජයග්‍රහණය කිරීමට හැකි බවටත්. As you all know, we are living in an age of unprecedented technological progress. Our ancestors, our grandparents, great-grandparents would not have imagined the comforts that we are enjoying today with all kinds of equipment. They did not have electricity, refrigerators, televisions, radios, motor vehicles, computers, mobile phones, or international flight facilities. They hardly went out of their villages as there were no transport facilities. In fact, there was no necessity for them for such traveling as they produced their necessities in their villages and they did not have to look for jobs outside. අපේ මුතුන් මිත්තන්ට අපි අද රැගෙන යන ජංගම දුරකථන තිබුණේ නැහැ, ටෙලිෆෝන් පහසුකම් තිබුණේ නැහැ, විදුලි පහසුකම් තිබුණේ නැහැ. ඒ වගේම රටරටවල් වලට යෑමට හැකි අහස් යාන තිබුණේ නැහැ. නමුත් ඔවුන් ඉතාම චාම් ඒ වගේම විශාලසල ජීවිතයක් ගත කළා. Sophisticated machinery and equipment that we witness today are the outcome of technological progress. Technological progress reflects the growth of knowledge from advances in basic sciences such as the discovery of thermodynamics to high-level practical ideas like designing an airplane wing. Technological developments coupled with globalization have reshaped the entire world. Production, consumption, income and living conditions have grown exponentially during the last 5 decades. Countries are well integrated with free international trade, transnational finance and labor mobility. Vast development in information and communication technology, which is popularly known as ICT, has speeded up the process. Competition among countries too has intensified with technological progress and global integration. In the midst of the dramatic global developments, there has been greater emphasis in recent decades on human development, which is the ultimate goal of economic development. ආර්ථික සංවර්ධනයේ අවසාන ඉලක්කය මානව සංවර්ධනය. මානව සංවර්ධනය නැතුව ආර්ථික සංවර්ධනය ළඟා කර ගැනීම නිෂ්ඵලයි. Income growth is recognized as an essential component of human development. High-income countries have better performed in providing access to food and nutrition, drinking water, healthcare, and education, which are essential ingredients of human development. Hence, it is important to see how best we can use the current technological progress to foster economic growth in our country so as to improve human development and quality of life. Capital and labor inputs were considered as the key determinants of economic growth in the Harrod-Domar type growth models that became popular since the late 1930s. Technological progress, however, enabled economic growth even without any increase in capital or labor inputs. 1930 ගණන්වල ආර්ථික විද්‍යාඥයින් විශ්වාස කළේ හැරඩ්-ඩෝමා සංවර්ධන ආකෘති වැනි ආකෘති මගින් ආර්ථික වර්ධනය ළඟා කරගන්න පුළුවන් ප්‍රාග්ධනය සහ ශ්‍රමය මගින් පමණක් කියලා. නමුත් තාක්ෂණයේ දියුණුව අපිට ඔප්පු කරලා දීලා තිබෙනවා ශ්‍රමය හෝ ප්‍රාග්ධනය වැඩි නොකර නිෂ්පාදනය වැඩි කළ හැකි බව. Technological progress as the key long-term growth driver was first introduced by the renowned economist Robert Solow in 1956 in his path-breaking neoclassical model, the one that won him the Nobel Prize in 1987. He showed that the rise in capital per person is the major determinant of output growth. Going beyond capital accumulation, Solow asserted that labor productivity arising from technological advancement as the residual determinant of growth. Applying his theoretical model, Robert Solow found that technological advancement accounted for 7/8 of the growth of the US economy and increases in the capital stock accounted only for 1/8 of the growth. As explained by Solow, we cannot understand economic growth of a country without understanding its technological progress. රටක ආර්ථික වර්ධනය හඳුනා ගැනීම සඳහා තාක්ෂණයේ දියුණුව හදාරීම ඉතාම වැදගත් වෙනවා. Empirical evidence shows us that technology diffusion, which means technological spillovers from advanced countries, play a critical role in economic growth through productivity improvements. Advancement of science, technology and innovation, which is called STI, enabled advanced countries to accelerate economic growth following the Industrial Revolution. Latecomers developed their economies within shorter periods as they merely adopted and technologies from inventing countries. For example, Great Britain took more than 150 years to develop their industries, mostly based on their own inventions, whereas the United States, as a follower, achieved success within only 100 years. Japan and other fast-growing East Asian countries were able to achieve industrial growth within a shorter period of less than 40 years, adopting already available technology with their own innovations. This shows us the power of technology in driving economies to advanced stages. The so-called four Asian Titan dragons or four Asian tigers, namely Hong Kong, Singapore, South Korea and Taiwan, as well as other East Asian countries such as Malaysia and Thailand, were able to sustain high economic growth mainly due to their STI capabilities. දන්නා පරිදි නැගෙනහිර ආසියාවේ රටවල් ඉතාම වේගවත් වර්ධනයට ළඟා කරගත්තේ තාක්ෂණ දියුණුවෙන්. The well-planned STI strategies adopted over the last several decades enabled those countries to accelerate economic growth at a much faster pace and to graduate from labor-intensive primary industries like garment manufacturing to knowledge-based high-tech products. High-tech products include computers and automated business equipment, microorganism and genetic engineering, aviation, communication technology, semiconductors, lasers, etc. How did we perform in the context of this global background? Failure to make such product shifts results in economic stagnation. Sri Lanka is a case in point, unfortunately. In comparison with the fast-growing East Asian countries, Sri Lanka's growth performance is somewhat disappointing. අපේ ආර්ථික වර්ධනය ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ආර්ථික වර්ධනය වේගවත් බව කිව්වත් සෙසු ආසියානු නැගෙනහිර ආසියානු රටවල් සමග සම්බන්ධ විට අපේ ආර්ථික වේගය පහත් තත්ත්වයක පවතින්නේ. Having adopted economic liberalization policies as far back as 1977, the production and export structure of our country is still confined to low value-added, low technology products, mainly garments or apparel industry. Sri Lanka had a competitive edge in this type of labor-intensive industries until about the 1990s, which enabled us to achieve the first wave of economic growth following the economic liberalization in 1977. During that time, the economy was in a factor-driven phase, during which time the growth contributions largely came from low-skilled and low-cost labor and natural resource endowments. දන්නවා ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ආර්ථිකය 1977 දී නිදහස් කරණය කර පසු අපිට අපේ ලාභ ශ්‍රමය යොදාගෙන රෙදිපිලි කර්මාන්ත මගින් ඉදිරියට යන්න පුළුවන් වුණා. නමුත් පසු කාලීනව 1990 ගණන් වන විට වැටුප් වැඩිවීම සමග අපේ තිබුණු තරංකාරීත්වය දුර්වල වුණා. වෙනත් රටවල් මෙවැනි කර්මාන්තවලට එළඹුණ නිසා අපි යම් කිසි පසුබෑමකට ලක් වුණා. However, competitiveness eroded over time due to wage increases. Nevertheless, dependence on basic products continued, and there was no systematic plan to promote economic growth through technological progress in Sri Lanka. We do not seem to have learned from the success stories of East Asia. Apart from the policy drawbacks, this reflects the lack of innovative capabilities as well as poor commitment on the part of export-oriented companies to diversify their own industrial structure with high-tech products. Foreign investors too did not show much interest in setting up high-tech industries. In the circumstances, high-tech exports account for only 0.9% of total manufactured exports in Sri Lanka in 2012, compared with the corresponding ratios of 43.7% in Malaysia, 26.2% in South Korea, 26.3% in China, and 6.6% in China. 6.6% in India. අපේ තාක්ෂණ අධිතාක්ෂණ අපනයන මුළු කාර්මික අපනයන වලින් 0.9ක් පමණයි වෙන්නේ. මේ සසඳන්න පුළුවන් මැලේසියාවේ 44ක් පමණ වෙනවා එම අනුපාතය. A major constraint to promote technology and innovation in Sri Lanka is the dearth of funding available for research and development. I think the universities are suffering with the lack of R&D funds, although the government has raised the research funds recently. You will be amazed that the total expenditure for research and development remains as low as 0.2% of GDP in Sri Lanka, in comparison with nearly 4% of GDP in South Korea and over 2% in Singapore. Sri Lankaවේ පර්යේෂණ සහ සංවර්ධනය සඳහා වැය කරන මුදල මුළු ජාතික ආදායමෙන් 0.2ක් පමණයි. මේ සංසන්දනය කරන්න පුළුවන් දකුණු කොරියාවේ 4%ක් පමණ වෙනවා ඔවුන්ගේ ජාතික නිෂ්පාදනය. It is evident from the successful countries in East Asia that structural economic shifts could be achieved only by transforming the economy into a knowledge economy. Knowledge economy. I emphasize the term knowledge economy. A knowledge economy is one that creates, disseminates, and uses knowledge to enhance its growth and development. Such an economy is characterized by high value-added products containing high knowledge inputs. Knowledge-intensive activities could expand across diverse fields, including R&D, scientific work, information services, ICT, legal and accounting services, architecture, engineering and consultancy. So knowledge economy is crucial for accelerating economic growth. The country's position with regard to knowledge advancement is measured by the knowledge indices compiled by the World Bank. Sri Lanka's position in the country rank of knowledge economy is not very satisfactory. She is placed at 101st position out of 142 countries in the ranking for the year 2012. Denum Padanam Karagat Arthika Varga Karla තියෙනවා rank කරලා තියෙනවා ලෝක බැංකුව ඒ අනුව ශ්‍රී ලංකාවට හිමි වන්නේ 101 වෙනි ස්ථානය රටවල් 142ක් අතුරේ. මේ අනුව අපි හිතා ගන්න පුළුවන් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ තාක්ෂණය තව දුරටත් ඉදිරියට ගෙන යාමට සෑහෙන දුරක් යා යුතු බව. Thus we need to make much headway towards achieving knowledge economy status. It is the key to accelerate economic growth. In fact, I may mention here that higher education provides massive impetus to knowledge economy. දැනුම් පදනම් කරගත් ආර්ථිකයක් සඳහා ඔබ වැනි උගත් උපාධිධාරීන්ගෙන් සෑහෙන මෙහෙයක් කරන්න පුළුවන් අපේ රටට ඒ ඊටම වැදගත්. So education is a major component in knowledge economy. I think the national universities in our country provide immense contribution to this end. Many developing countries, including Sri Lanka, have been remaining in the lower middle income range category, that is per capita income ranging from $1,016 to $4,086. So once the country reaches the middle income range, unless it speeds up the growth, its economic growth, it will be stagnated in the same position. Countries which are stagnated in the middle income track level, countries which are stagnated in the middle income level of per capita income for longer periods are said to be caught in what is called the middle income trap. Only a very few countries, very few developing countries, including the newly industrialized East Asian economies, have been able to escape the trap. The key to escape the middle income trap is to formulate comprehensive science, technology and innovation strategies to move the country towards an innovative and knowledge-based economy. In this regard, investment in research and development is critically important to transform the production process from labor-intensive basic industries to high value-added and technology-intensive industries. While I have emphasized technological progress as the key driver of economic growth throughout my speech, social and environmental repercussions that may emerge in the growth process should not be ignored. Economic growth does not necessarily mean that benefits are evenly distributed among individuals. ආර්ථික වර්ධනය සමගම ආර්ථිකයේ ඒ ප්‍රතිලාභ බෙදියාම ගැන අපි සැලකිලිට ගන්න ඕනි. There's a popular joke that is being circulated, that is usually economic progress of countries measured by per capita income, that is the average income. සාමාන්‍ය රටක වර්ධන වේගය මනින්නේ ඒක පුද්ගල ආදායමෙන්. නමුත් ඒක පුද්ගල ආදායම ඊතරම් සාර්ථක වීමක් නෙවෙයි. As the joke goes, if Bill Gates, who is the father of Microsoft industry, if he enters he's a billionaire, and if he enters this hall, all of us become millionaires. We will become rich because he is so rich, because we are averaging the total income of everybody. So that is not a good indicator. Therefore, social equity is very much concern among development economies nowadays. Social equity should be achieved by narrowing the gap between the rich and the poor. Extra care also needs to be taken to protect the environment while economic activities are in progress. As you know, economic activities create many adverse repercussions on the natural environment. Economic growth, social equity, and environmental protection together form sustainable development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. With these observations, you may have realized by now that you, as young graduates, have a formidable challenge to be creative thinkers and innovators for betterment of our society. We cannot live in isolation in the well-knit, competitive global environment. බාරදුර වගකීමක් තිබෙනවා නව උපාධිධාරීන් හැටියට අපි ජාතික ආර්ථික වර්ධනය අතරින් මගින් පමණක් නොවේ පරිසර සුරක්ෂිතතාවය ඒ වගේම සමාජ සමානත්වය පවත්වා ගැනීම සඳහා ඔබෙන් ඉටු යුතුකම්. You have to be creative thinkers, නිර්මාණාත්මක චින්තකයන් විය යුතුයි. ඒ වගේම නව උත්පාදන නව ශිල්පී ක්‍රම ඉදිරිපත් කරන්නට ඔබ සෑම ඉදිරිපත් විය යුතුයි. සමාජ විද්‍යා උපාධිධාරීන් ඒ වගේම ස්වාභාවික උපාධිධාරීන්. I wish you the very best for your future endeavors. Embrace the challenges and take your share in shaping the new world. Become creators of future. I am confident that you can do it. Congratulations to all of you and thank you very much for listening to me.